Hi there, I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching Sew Making It Up. I hope you've all been well. The weather's been a bit crazy again, but not much new there. And in the UK we are starting to open back up. So last Monday we started opening up the restaurants, and I'm actually going out to dinner tonight, which is really exciting. And people went back to work and it started to feel like there's a sense of normality going on, but I do know that in other areas, particularly India, there is some horrendous times due to the pandemic. So if you are watching from any of those areas, then wishing you well and stay safe. So what have I been making? I have had a bit of a obsession, I think you would call it, with making silk t-shirts, and you can see one behind me there. That I made this morning, and I made a black one, a green one, I've got a white one to make, and I've also got some fabric that arrived this morning, which I'll show you in a minute, to make a saffron coloured one. So what would be nice is, and I'll put probably a picture on Instagram, when I have them all together I'll hang them all up, all the different colours, and you can vote on your worst colour or your best colour. So yeah, I was really excited this morning to get a delivery from Ray Stitch, more silk. It's actually organic bamboo silk, and Ray Stitch do a really lovely array of colours. So I will have shown you before the granite grey colour that I've made a night dress in and a t-shirt in. I've also made a vest top out of that. As I mentioned, black. I've also got a green, which is a really deep green that I made. I have yet to make the white one, and the blue one behind me this is just the off-cut of the fabric. So this is called cerulean blue, and it's just, I think it will look lovely with jeans. Not that I've been wearing jeans much, but might coax me back into trying to get into them again. But yeah, it's just an unusual colour, and I was very tempted to pair it up with the other colour that I got, which is saffron. And these are colours that I wouldn't normally buy. I'm saying these are colours. I buy the blue, but I don't think I've ever bought, well, I have bought this colour because I got the linen that I showed you last time from Merchant Mills, the one that was called Mr. Citrus. I think as my hair is going greyer and I'm growing out my colour, I'm feeling that I can wear different coloured clothes. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's a hair thing, I don't know if it's a getting older thing, I don't know whether it's just a phase, but I'm definitely wearing more colours than I used to. I still don't think that red suits me, and I think pink does, but light pink. I've had many disasters with pink, where I've fancied making something pink and I've got a bit obsessive about buying lots of pink fabric, and then it just doesn't look right on me. So yeah, I'm hoping this will look nice. Again, I just love the silk t-shirts. I'm sure I'll get fed up with them. I was actually going to make a pair of sort of flared trousers as well. But I think these colours are probably a bit bright. I might order some more of the blue and make them out of that, just to wear in the summer with just some flip-flops and probably a black silk t-shirt or vest top. So yeah, that's saffron Ray Stitch as well, so I shall hopefully get making that maybe tomorrow or in the week. What else have I bought fabric wise? So my daughter was showing me, so I mentioned my daughter before, she's 20 years old, Mia. She was showing me some jeans online that are black standard jeans, and they have a panel at the back of sort of oriental fabric. So straight away I was like, well, I can put some of that on your normal jeans, because she only tends to wear black trousers or black jeans. So I bought this, and I will look up where I got it from. I think I got it from Etsy, but I might have got it from eBay, and I forgot I had it. So I ordered it a while ago. I forgot I had it. and I just reminded her that I had it, so she's going to dig out some jeans for me and choose whether she wants a dragon on them. I thought the panel might be quite nice on the back, because apparently you just have it on the back sort of leg, just at the bottom, just like a panel. I'll show you when I do them. So she can either have a dragon or a crane. I think they're both as nice. And I was saying to her that she could actually, if she had a black t-shirt, which she's got millions of, she could put a panel on the back or a big sort of pocket or a big square on the front. I could do that for her as well. So, and that was really reasonable. I'm sure that was only $9.99, and it's sort of like a cotton. So it's not a particularly soft cotton. I'm not sure you'd want a dress or a whole t-shirt out of it, but it probably will soften up over time. So yeah, like that. Shame that they don't do silk in that, or that in silk. I talked last time about making the Bondi dress by Tessuti patterns or Tessuti fabrics, and I talked about last time when I made it, the armholes went wrong and the sizing was wrong, and then Jane thought it was hilarious because I hadn't measured it properly and I put too much seam allowance. So I cut down my pattern, and I decided, instead of having bias binding, because again I mentioned that I don't know what it is about bias binding, it always sticks up. If it's on the sleeves or the arm, I always find it sticks up and it goes wrong. So I thought I would do facing instead, interfacing instead. So this was the green linen that I showed from Merchant and Mills, and I will put a picture up. This was really frustrating. So it's got, in the pattern, this back panel here is split and it's got a button to hold it together, but Jane sort of mentioned to me that as long as it goes over your head you don't need to do that. So I took that bit out, and then the line, you can see the line goes down the back, and then there's a line down the front. It's got pockets which are fine, but I struggled again. I mean, you can see the neck binding or the neck facing is all really good. It's worked out well. Well, I say really good, good for me. But these arms, and I'm going to show you the arms. I did the arm facing, and I have sewn it properly to keep it so that it stays down. But when I sewed them all together, they were standing up, so I had to cut them to get them to lay down flat, and this underneath here is still a mess. So I don't know whether, I don't get on very well with this pattern, and I don't know whether it's me, or I don't know whether there's something. I need to sit down with Jane with it actually. I don't know if there's something a little bit wrong on it, but it's okay, and I will wear it. I haven't worn it yet because it's not really been warm enough, but it was just hard work when it shouldn't have been. So that's that. And what I thought I would show you as well is, so I mentioned I've been making lots of silk t-shirts, and to make the pattern that I've been using, and I think I might have mentioned this before, to make the t-shirts was the array top by Paper Cut Patterns. And you'll see, and Jane and I both made dresses from this pattern, and they come out really nice. But I've actually just used the array top. I've cut the arms so they're short, and I've added about 4 centimetres to make it sort of bat wingy. So rather than in the past when I used to make bat wing tops, I used a sorry, I thought the dog was coming in. I used a self-made pattern, and it was always a bit hit and miss depending on the fabric. I'm finding that that's a really good sort of t-shirt type pattern. And what I do as well is, and I don't know if you can see it properly, instead of, because of the old bias binding issue, what I do is I fold the fabric forwards, and I have it sort of like it's a raised, like a feature sort of around the arms and around the neck. So I fold it forward twice and then sew it so that it's forward. So if you did that with fabric that had a different colour inside, you would then see that inside on the front of the t-shirt. I just find it's much easier to do. and then I sew it all together at the side and the shoulder seams. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And Jane and I were, just dropped it on the floor, Jane and I were went to Dorset last weekend, which was lovely. We had a couple of days off work and we went down to Dorset, and we took the sewing machine and we were just messing about trying to make some corsages. We just had scraps of paper and things, and they, to be honest with you, they were incredibly fiddly. We ended up we tried making them out of one piece of fabric and wrapping it around, and that didn't really, it was too floozy-ish, it was too fiddly. Then we made individual petals and we sewed them all, and we tried to turn some inside out, and then they just kept on, the seams kept going on them because they were so small. Then we made them and we sewed around them. They weren't too bad, but we both decided we didn't really enjoy doing it, and they didn't really look as we had in our mind, so we sort of gave up on that. But one thing that I got Jane to help me with is making a scrunchie, because I don't know if anyone's made any scrunchies before, but I was trying to make one a couple of weeks ago and it drove me mad. I threw it in the bin in the end because I couldn't get my head around it. How you turn it from the right sides together, sewing it with the wrong sides facing out, and then you pull it through and it's still a circle. It's not, it turns into a sausage. It's really weird. So it starts off as a circle, you turn it out, and then it's a sausage. Who knows how that works? So I just thought I would show you what we did, or try and explain what we did. So we cut a big rectangle out, and this is my little, I've got all scribblings on it so I don't forget what to do. So we cut a long rectangle out. We then sewed the long sides together, leaving a gap probably of about 1.5 inches on each end. Then we sewed this middle seam here together, and this one isn't finished because it's just a tester one. We sewed the middle bit together, so you've got it inside out still. You sew the middle bit together, pull it through, and then this is what you end up with it pulled through. You obviously put your elastic in, and this hasn't got enough fabric, this one. I think it needs to be probably double the amount. Pull it through, put your elastic in, and then just sew your seams together, and then hopefully that will land inside and no one will see it. So really actually quite simple, but one of those things that really messes with your head. So yeah, that's that. Somebody who usually makes clothes continually has not made anything for about, I don't know whether I'm doing a disservice if I say 2 weeks. So Jane is having a real dry point in sewing. I'm sure it will come back. That's what I was like, and I was like it for about 2 months. So I seem to have picked up where she's dropped off, and I've been making things and sending her pictures of what I've been making, and she's not been making anything. But as I say, we went to Dorset. We had a lovely time. We actually went and we got a bit of a joke about alpacas, but I can't remember. It was something, I think she bought some fabric once and it was alpaca, and I was saying how disgusting it would smell if it was wet. And we actually went and walked some alpacas, and that was it was fun. Not sure we'd do it again, but it was good to have done it. And my one was called Gary, and that's my husband's name. And Gary was a bit of a special one, so the lady who ran the alpaca place said he's just seemed to be startled by life, and that's what he was like. He was walking around, he looked continually confused and not really sure of where he was going. I like to think that I sort of brought him round a bit towards the end to let me stroke him, which I'm not sure alpacas really like you doing. You stroke them here on their neck, and they didn't seem to like it very much. And Jane's one was called Casper the Ghost, and it was called Casper, but after Casper the Ghost, I think. And it was a real prima donna. So she got handed the harness, and they have like a sort of a harness that goes around their nose bit, like a bit like a horse type thing, but not a bit. And it just sort of marched off. Didn't look at Jane once, I don't think. So it was very funny. It was down near Shaftesbury that we went, and we then ended up going for a walk around Shaftesbury. There's a couple of really nice little shops there. We went and saw, I think it's called Gold Hill, which is the Hovis advert hill. very steep cobbledy street, very cute. Shaftesbury was quite nice, not too busy, and we managed to dodge a lot of the rain, which was really nice, and it was just a really lovely relaxing break. So that was good. I will stop whittling on now. I'm going to try next week, if I can, make the dress from the fabric that I bought from Merchant Mills, the other colour, the Mr. Citrus, that was like this, the linen. And I have printed out a pattern that we showed last time. I need to tape it all together and do the sizing and everything, and then I'll probably try and make that this week. But the weather's been so weird, you're not really sure what to wear at the moment, and it doesn't feel like sort of summer dress weather, but hopefully that will change. I was told we're getting a heat wave in June, so let's hope that's true. And I'm sure Jane will be back with something. So thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely week, stay safe, and please like us or subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And any comments, anything you want to ask Jane, then put some comments on for us. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.